Hi, welcome to Anita's Home Cooking. This is my first video, so I might be a little nervous, so just please forgive me. But since we're home right now, I thought this would be a good time to just make some videos of recipes that I like to do and food my family likes to eat. So as you can see, this is my huge recipe book, which is categorized under different cuisines. So I love to cook, I love to eat, I love trying new recipes, I love eating different types of food. So all these recipes here are recipes that I've made and adjusted to my liking and to the liking of my family members. So today, I will be making some Chewy Fudge brownies, which are definitely yummy. My kids love them, everyone who has them loves it. So there's this neat trick I saw on Facebook a while ago, taking an old children's hanger and just clipping your recipe on there, and this just gets it out of the way. You can hang it wherever you need to, move it around as you're going around the kitchen, and it just makes it cleaner and out of the way and easy to read. Alright, so let's start making these brownies. So first we're going to need about a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. So these are actually mini chocolate chips, which I usually don't use, but this is the only thing I have on hand right now. So we're going to get this 1 cup of chocolate chip melted in the microwave with 1 stick or half a cup of butter. Alright, so just get this put into a microwave safe bowl. So this is a glass bowl here. And I use salted butter, but you can use salted, unsalted, whatever. Okay, I like to just cut it up into some chunks here. It'll melt easier. Alright, and I'll get that into the microwave. Alright, so I'm going to start putting it in for 20 seconds at a time. So after 20 seconds, I'm going to just mix it up and melt it some more if it's not ready yet. Okay, so it's been about 20 seconds, and as you can see, it's starting to melt. But I did just remember that I forgot to put a little bit of instant coffee powder. So if you have espresso or a little bit of instant coffee, it just brings out the flavor of the chocolate and just makes it a whole lot tastier. So just sprinkle, this is about half a teaspoon of coffee, instant coffee. And let's get this stirred up. Okay, I'm going to get this back into the microwave for another 20 seconds. Alright, so it's been another 20 seconds, and as you can see, everything's nicely melted. So you want to make sure you keep stirring it and getting it all mixed together. So right now you can see the butter is still not quite mixed in with the chocolate, so you just have to keep stirring until it gets mixed in. Alright, so I'm going to just keep on stirring. As you can see, it's definitely coming together, so I just want to keep stirring until it all gets mixed in. Alright, so now that the chocolate is set aside and cooling, I'm going to go ahead and start the oven, preheat it. So we're going to preheat it to 350 degrees. In the meantime, while that's preheating, we're going to go ahead and get our dry ingredients together. Alright, so the dry ingredients. So we're going to get some all-purpose flour. So we're going to need about half a cup. And I'm putting it right into this sifter here to just get everything nicely incorporated. And also 2 tablespoons of flour. And we're also going to get some unsweetened cocoa powder. So you don't have to use two different kinds. I just happen to have a dark and the regular cocoa powder. So I just like to put a tablespoon of each. So if you don't have both, you just put whatever you have, 2 tablespoons of any cocoa powder you have. And remember, this is unsweetened. So as you can see, these tend to be in chunks. That's exactly why you will need to sift it so everything gets nicely powdered in. And we're also going to need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So definitely want to make sure you put salt in to balance out the flavors and bring out the sweetness in your baked goods. Alright, so now I'm going to keep these dry ingredients, set those aside, and let's work on our wet batter. So I'm going to be using 3/4 cup of regular white sugar. And also 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar. So this doesn't matter if it's light or dark, it doesn't matter. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I have 3 eggs here, so I'm going to crack them one at a time and get them incorporated into this sugar mixture. Okay, so just be careful that you don't get any eggshells in there. So like I said, so 1 egg at a time, we're just going to get that mixed in there. So this does require a little bit of arm strength. Okay, second egg. So you just need a hand whisk for this, making these brownies. You don't need to have an electric whisk or beater, or even use the KitchenAid or whatever you have. It's actually meant to be hand mixed. Okay, third egg. Alright, so now I'm going to get my melted chocolate mixed into this. You want to get all the little bits. You don't want to leave any chocolate behind. Okay. I like to go down and clean the sides down. Oh, and don't forget about your vanilla. Okay, some vanilla extract. You're going to need 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Alright, so now this is nicely mixed in. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this whisk because I'm going to be putting in the dry ingredients. Okay, so we just need to get like a spatula. Okay, get the dry stuff inside. And just mix it until it's all mixed together and you have a nice smooth batter. Brownies are meant to be thick, so you will definitely be having a thick batter. Now this is mixed in. Before I go any further with this, I'm just going to go ahead and prepare the baking dish. So I'm going to be, this is a non-stick pan meant for brownies. I'm going to go ahead and get my parchment paper. So you want waxed paper. Alright, so I'm going to put this in there. So this will just help the brownies from sticking to the pan and just make it a lot easier to get it out. Okay, and I also like to just use a little bit of cooking spray. This is meant for baking. So just to make sure it definitely comes out and nothing sticks. Make sure you shake it up. And you don't need a lot of it, just a little bit along the sides. Okay, so now that's ready to go. So before I pour that in, what we're going to do is get some more chocolate chips in here. So another cup of chocolate chip, which is just going to be mixed right into the batter. Okay. So this is where you can have fun. You can put in different types of, you can do white chocolate chips, you can do butterscotch, you can do peanut butter, just have fun with it. You can even mix pretzels into this if you want like sweet and salty. Okay, so as you can see, it's very thick batter. You want to make sure, scrape the bottom, everything's like all mixed in. Okay, and that's ready to be poured. Alright, so like I said, this is very thick, so you just want to kind of spread it along, spread it out. Okay, just gently spread it out to all the corners. So you want to try to get it as evenly spread as possible, because once you get in the oven, it's going to definitely spread out and even out itself. So now this is all mixed in. So I think I forgot to mention the size of this pan. This is 11 by 7. So now this is going to go into the oven. You want to make sure you get it on the center rack. If you put it too low, it's going to end up burning. So get it right in the center. I'm going to put a timer on so I don't forget about it. So I'm going to put it for 28 minutes. Like everyone's So everyone's oven is different, so you might have to do it a few times, play around with it. But this is the oven I've been using for years, so for me 28 minutes comes out perfect. So as you still get a nice chewy brownie. So it's not like cakey. I mean, a brownie should be chewy, fudgy chewy. You don't want a cakey brownie and you don't want a cookie type brownie. You just want a fudgy and yummy in the middle. All right, so we'll come back after 28 minutes and check it out. Alright, so 28 minutes have been up, and what I like to do is just turn everything off, cancel the bake, and just keep it in the oven for an extra minute, Alright, Alright, so there's the brownies. So as you can see, the little cracks on the side, that's exactly what you're looking for. So you want to see those cracks up on top. Alright, so I'm just going to keep it here and let it cool for about 5 minutes before I flip it over and let it cool for another 5 minutes or so. Alright, so this has been cooling for about 7 minutes. So now we want to try to get it out of the pan. So I like to just, take something that's not too sharp. So like a little butter knife or a little spoon or something. Something rounded that's not going to damage your pan. And just loosen up the edges so that we can get it out. So I'm just going along the side of the wax paper, the parchment paper. Make sure everything is loosened up. And I'm going to hope it comes out. Alright, so what I did was I had the board on top of this and I just flipped it upside down. And this hopefully comes right out. Great. Alright, so now we're going to remove this wax paper. Okay, it's still hot, so you still want it to cool it for another 5 to 7 or so minutes, Alright, so we'll just let it cool some more before we cut it up. So it's cooled off for about 7 minutes, so now I'm just going to cut it up into smaller pieces. Okay, you can see it's still gooey right now and still kind of warm, but as it sits and cools longer, it's going to definitely firm up. So I like to cut them up into 16 pieces, but you can definitely cut them smaller and get more pieces out of it if you would like. Right, so I have them all cut up, and as you can see, they're very fudgy, moist, gooey. It might look a little too gooey, but as they cool off a little bit more, they will firm up a bit more, but they will still definitely stay fudgy and chewy. And I like to keep them in these cupcake liners and then just store them in whatever container. These just make it easier to grab and go, easier for kids to eat. And they will definitely enjoy these brownies. Alright, so there you go. Fudgy, chocolatey brownies. I hope you guys definitely give this recipe a try. And please like, subscribe, and share this video with your family and friends. And if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to ask me and comment down below. And stay tuned for more recipes for the future, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you guys again. Thank you.